Welcome to the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast, the #1 source for proven solutions to all your marketing challenges.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Marketing Boost Solutions Podcast. Today, I have a powerhouse entrepreneur, a true master of marketing, and someone who knows exactly what it takes to turn knowledge into wealth. Gal Ezra. Gal's journey is nothing short of extraordinary. I mean, from hitting rock bottom with no money, no job, and no direction, living in a foreign country, to building multiple million-dollar companies across finance, real estate, events, and coaching. His story is packed with lessons in resilience, strategy, and success. As the CEO of Empower Funding and the driving force behind GProsperity, Gal has helped thousands of entrepreneurs master their business and mindset. And today he's here to expose the biggest marketing mistakes that are costing you money. Plus, he'll reveal the strategies that can skyrocket your business growth. We're diving into the secrets behind his rapid business success, how to avoid the most common and costly marketing mistakes, and the exact knowledge his father, a self-made millionaire, gave him that changed his life forever. His 5-week free coaching offer, an exclusive gift for our listeners. And trust me, you don't want to miss his marketing love languages framework. It's a game changer. So buckle up, because this episode is packed with insights that could transform your business and mindset. Let's welcome to the show, Gal Ezra. Gal, say hello.
Hello. Wow. Thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And thank you for having me.
Oh, Gal, thank you again. And where are you coming to us from today? Where are you living?
I'm currently near Tampa, Florida, but I'm between Tampa and Cape Town, South Africa, usually. Most of my years in Cape Town, South Africa.
All right. So I'm in
Yeah.
Southwest Florida as well, south
Oh,
of
wow.
you in
Okay.
Tampa. So maybe we're going to have to meet up one day here while you're in Florida.
It's a great
I live
idea.
I live down south of Sarasota in Punta Gorda area.
Ah, wow.
So,
Okay.
all right. So let's jump into some of your background and success here.
Sure.
Your journey of success is quite incredible. I mean, can you take us back to the moment where you were stuck in South Africa with no job, no money, no plan? And what was the turning point that set you on the path to building a multi-million-dollar business?
Yeah. So basically, I was born in South Africa, and then I lived there until 6, 7 years old, a child. But then we moved to the US. And I lived in the US from 7 years old to 19. So most of my life was based in the US. And obviously, I had a whole life here, friends, family, or here, my whole schooling, my future plans, everything. I had a whole, life track of, where you live, you have an idea of how your future will go. And then, because I wasn't actually American, I was here under a visa, under my parents' visa. At 19, I had to go and renew it. So nothing that illegal. I just went to renew. So I had to leave the country to renew it. It should have been a straightforward process, but I got declined. My parents got theirs renewed, but I got declined. So I was in a situation that, like, no, you're legally not allowed to go back home. You're separated from your parents. And it was like, what the heck? Now the reasoning is, I'm a 19-year-old now. I'm not under my parents' visa anymore. So how they want to see that I can independently prove that I'm okay to come to the US. And how could I do that? My whole life was in the US. To them, in their view, I'm going to go into the US and stay illegally. So anyway, long story short, I got declined. I'm on my own. That led me to going to South Africa to renew. And because I was in South Africa to renew, I thought I would be there for 5, 10 days. I had a South African passport, given the fact I was born there. 5, 10 days, I'll get it renewed and I'll go back home. Anyway, didn't work. 5, 10 days, the lawyer said it'll be, 5, 10 weeks, 5, 10 weeks. 5, 10 weeks became 6 months, a year. I only went back 3.5 years later. Three and a half
Wow.
years. So that flipped my entire life upside down. I'm in South Africa in a place like my grandparents were there. That was pretty much the only connection I had to anyone. So I'm living in my grandma's small little flat all of a sudden as a 19-year-old, like stuck there, miserable, not wanting to be there, no friends, no connections, just stuck. And I had to basically figure out, okay, I'm in a new place. How do I start from zero and build something? And so I did many different things, but a lot of my time was spent just smearing my time. I was partying, I was gymming all the time. I was just kind of like, a kid that had no real direction. I was in this weird limbo in my life until I basically flipped some things around and said, okay, I need to do something about it. And how that happened was I ended up in a situation with no money. My father, who we can talk about, very successful, very genius, and we have a very close relationship. He's amazing. I went to him, so, can I get some money? I'm out of money here. I'm stuck. Like, help me. Obviously, I wouldn't be in this situation, had it not been like a visa thing. So, can you help me? And he said, no, I'm not going to give you money. Now we're very close. It wasn't in spite. He wasn't angry at me, nothing. It was out of pure love. He said, look, I'm not going to give you money. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, what I'll do is I'm going to give you knowledge. With the knowledge, you'll be able to make as much money as you want. So if I give you money, it will be for nothing. But if I give you knowledge, it's the best gift I can give you. Better than money. And at first I was like, no, 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 I need money. Like, that's really nice, but I need money. Anyway, he started to teach me, and I had already been learning from him a lot. But I started to ask for advice, and I learned, and I learned a lot about marketing, and I learned a lot about how to provide above and beyond value, and all kinds of things that we'll talk about today. And I'll give you some of those insights today. And that's what really flipped everything around for me. And I went on to start festivals, music festivals, food festivals, New Year's Eve festivals. They became household names in South Africa. Um, that still runs to this day. And you can ask anybody that's, I don't know, 20 to 45 years old. They know my festivals. Um, it ended up leading me to starting a finance business, investing in properties, hotels. I do all kinds of things. And most importantly for me is I help other people to make lots of money ethically. My life mission is to create 10,000 ethical millionaires. And that's my ultimate purpose. And 10,000 ethical millionaires means 10,000 people that helped a lot, because money is a result of help. So if you're an ethical millionaire, you've helped a lot, meaning you're succeeding in all aspects of life, not just financially. So that's the
Wow.
purpose.
That is a hell of a mission, and I like it. And
Thank you.
folks, I've got a lot of questions for Gal. I'm just going to continue to talk about how to help you become one of those 10,000 millionaires that ethically helps others. If you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want, as Zig Ziglar used to say. So,
Yeah.
but don't go away. I got more questions for Gal. We're going to be right back.
It's time to wow, surprise, and impress your clients with the most powerful customer draw card available anywhere. The Marketing Boost Solutions Show is brought to you by Marketing Boost, where you can get valuable travel and restaurant incentives to drive your leads from prospects to paying customers. Now you can offer complimentary hotel stays in over 130 destinations worldwide. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com and try it for free right now.
You just heard from our main sponsor, marketingboost.com. Folks, if you're in business for yourself and you're looking for ways to generate leads, if you're stuck on how do I keep my flow of leads coming, how do I fill my calendar for my sales team and myself, how do I wow, surprise, and delight my clients, you got to check out marketingboost.com. It's not the magic bullet, but it's a tool, very affordable tool, where we provide you the ability to wow your clients and surprise your clients with additional rewards and perks at marketingboost.com. For example, offering someone a $25 restaurant savings voucher or $50 restaurant hotel savings card if they book an appointment with you or your sales team and show up on time. So now you're reminder sequencing messaging, reminding them to show up for the appointment, or say, hey, don't forget, show up on time for the appointment, and we'll reward you with a $50 restaurant savings voucher, and so on. We will teach you all that in our Facebook group with over 32,000 entrepreneurs, where we're guiding you with ideas on how to grow your business with and without incentives. We're back with Gal, and we're talking about how he learned from his father the wealth of knowledge to build businesses versus handouts that his father could have given him. And it's like the old saying, teach someone how to fish and they'll eat forever, or hand him a fish and he'll be hungry tomorrow. So that must have been hard for you as a teenager, a hard lesson when dad said, no, I'm not going to give you money, but I'm going to give you knowledge. And most teenagers would have been like, you know what, dad?
Yeah, yeah. It's, you're right. But the thing is, luckily, we had such a good relationship. Him and I I mean, my whole family and I were very close. So I knew it was coming from a good place. And it's funny that you mentioned the fish, teach a man a fish. He actually says, my dad said, look, this exact example. He said, look, I could, give you a fish and you'll eat for a day. But they say if I teach you how to fish, you'll know how to have food for life. And my dad said, look, that's actually bullshit. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, look, if I teach you how to fish, then all you are is stuck as a fisherman for the rest of your life. And he said, I want to teach you how you can learn and how you can become powerful enough so you can decide to do anything you want and never be stuck. Because if I teach you how to fish, you're stuck as a fisherman. And so the whole premise was, I'm going to teach you how to become powerful, how you can learn anything so you can succeed in whatever you choose. And so that was the whole angle. That was the whole purpose. And that's
Yeah,
what
it's
happened.
it's even more than just teaching someone how to fish. That makes a lot of
Correct.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Teach them how to be a carpenter. All they know how to do is be a carpenter, or go to
Exactly.
school and learn how to get a job
Yeah.
versus learn how to be self-employed, and
Exactly.
so on. So,
Yeah.
so what lessons did he teach you? How did that, how do you turn that around now and teach other entrepreneurs what he taught you?
Yeah. So first of all, I learned a lot, and I always continue to learn. In fact, I say that the more you improve, the more you need to improve. The more successful you get, the more you need to invest into learning and into coaching and into improving. And people say, oh, yeah, of course, you just are saying that because you help other people with that. And I say, no, let's look at one of the best athletes in the world, LeBron James. Okay? LeBron James, the more successful he got, the more he invested in himself and in his coaching. He actually spends, as far as I know, last time I checked, $3 million a year just on coaching, just on physios, just on massage, just on health, because he knows that the more he improves, the more he needs to improve. People think, oh no, I did some training, I learned a little bit, I improved. And they make the classic mistake of going, well, I don't need to improve anymore because now I'm good. That's a death sentence. When you get good, you need to do what got you to good so you can become great. And when you do what gets you to great, you need to do more of it to get you to affluence, to an exceptional state. So I'm always, always learning. And one thing that I think is extremely relevant, I want to talk to you about two main things depending on how much time we have, maybe more. Number one, there's something that I teach called the marketing love languages. The love languages, many people know them, and it's kind of how people like to give and receive love, and I'll explain that a little bit more. But there's marketing love languages that you have to know.
Before you do get into that, let
Yeah,
me add on to what you just said about LeBron James.
yeah,
Yesterday, depending upon when this goes live, but we just got through Super Bowl Sunday,
mm-hmm,
and Tom Brady was one of the announcers. Tom
yeah,
Brady, the GOAT of the NFL, the
mm-hmm,
best of all time quarterback. Uh, I'm told that Tom Brady has made while he was at the top of his game, had 16 different coaches, not just for, not just the quarterback coach and the defensive coach and the offensive coach, but he had personal coaches, coaches for his personal life, his spiritual life, his physical life, his health and what he was eating with his, et cetera,
Yeah,
et cetera. So
nutritionists. Yeah,
nutritionists
doctors.
and
Yeah,
so on. So as you point out, here's a guy at the top of his game and investing in coaching.
yeah,
So
100%. I don't
100,
know anyone that succeeds without it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So don't go ahead and let's hear about
yeah.
your love language
Yeah,
and
so the
in
yeah,
marketing.
so the marketing love languages I actually want to get to second. The first thing I want to talk to you about is something that I think is really relevant to what you're doing with Marketing Boost. Because what you're doing is giving business owners the opportunity to wow. And I talk about something called exchange. And there's 4 levels of exchange, okay? And this is something that is a game changer for business, for sales, for relationships, love, friendships, anything, okay? And the idea is this: exchange means I give you, you give me. That's what people, yeah, exchange with you, okay? So I give you something, you give me something back. But what people don't realize is that there's 4 levels of exchange, and most of them don't operate correctly. And here's what I mean. The lowest level of exchange is what I call rip-off exchange. Rip-off exchange is I give you something and you give me nothing in return or less than. Are you good? Are you good for me to continue?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So I give you something or you give me something and you give me something back that's less than. So for example, I come to your store to buy a chocolate. I give you $2 and you take the money. I didn't get anything. It's a ripoff. You stole from me. If you come to my restaurant and you buy food, but I don't give you anything, it's a ripoff. Or I give you food and you don't give me anything, any money. It's stealing. It's a ripoff exchange. The problem is that if a person steals from you, the only problem is that they didn't leave a check behind. If someone stole my phone, I would have no problem with them stealing my iPhone if they left a $2,000 check behind. With pleasure. Come and steal it tomorrow again. I'll have it ready for you with cookies and milk. But the problem is that they take it without anything back. So rip-off exchange sounds like, oh yes, it's only an extreme case. But if you check the problem with the children of rich parents, which is what my dad knew and taught me, is the kids of rich parents, and I know many, go crazy because they get and get and get and get without giving back in return. It creates a ripoff. Now, the parents have the best of intentions. They love their children, but they don't get in return. If you check anyone that today hates you, that was once your best friend, your closest friends that hate you today, you gave them and gave them and gave them, and they didn't give you back. And now they hate you. So the lowest level of exchange is the ripoff. The ripoff exchange is all around us, even though you think it's only in extreme cases. The next level up is called partial exchange. With the partial exchange, I go to buy the chocolate, I give you $2, you give me a chocolate, but it's already ripped open with a little bite taken out of it. So I got something, but I didn't get what I came for. I go to a restaurant, I order a steak, I ask for it medium rare. It arrives, but it's well done. It's I got still a steak, but it wasn't what I asked for. It wasn't fair. So there's a lot of times that you'll have friendships that one side gives and the other side always gives a little bit less. You go to a coffee with a friend and you leave feeling worse than you did when you first got there. Something is less than. You do business with someone, Yeah, you get the product you ordered or the service, but it was disappointing. It's a partial exchange. The level up from that is what's called just exchange. Just means fair or honest. It's just, like I did it in a just way. So it's a fair exchange. That's what most people think of with exchange. I go to a restaurant, I order a steak, medium rare, it arrives medium rare. I go to the shop, I give you $2 for a chocolate, and you give me the chocolate. It's fair exchange. The breaking news is that anything from fair exchange, where we are talking about now, down, you will end up totally in destruction. It's a death sentence, even fair exchange. And people say, why? If fair exchange is all around us, it's fair. Nothing stays the same in this universe. Nothing stays the same. Even the most strong lead metal, the best metal, over time deteriorates. This glass, if it doesn't get cleaned and improved and polished today, tomorrow it will be a little bit worse and a little bit weaker. Everything either goes up or down. So anything that's the same means it's going down. So if I give you the same, it means it's going down. It's a death sentence. The only way is the fourth level of exchange. Right? Now, this is what my dad taught me. He said, everything you ever do, you need to be at the fourth level of exchange. Anything. Your friendships, if you're doing business, it needs to be at level 4. And I said, okay, so what's level 4? And he said, level 4 is called generous exchange. Or, you're going to like this, we call it exchange with a wow. There's something that arrived or that you was given that was not what was expected. It's wow. It makes you go wow. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It doesn't have to be overly expensive. It doesn't need to be 2 for 1. That's not. It needs to be something that is unexpected, that you can give that makes the person say wow. I'm at a restaurant. I order the steak medium rare. I get it medium rare, but the chef comes out and says, you know, I'm making these special dishes and I want you to try them just on the house. And you say, oh wow, and he gives you a little thing, a little port. It's nothing. It costs them 0 to make. But he gives it to the table. Everyone tries this free thing. It's not extravagant, but you got something. Wow. You go to the shop, you give them $2 for the chocolate. They give you the chocolate, but they see that I've got my pet dog with me, and they give the dog a treat every time I go. It's wow. It's something more than I expected. You go and meet up with a friend. You have a great conversation, but they always leave you with advice or inspiration or feeling a little bit lifted, more than you expected. Now, when that happens, anyone that's sane immediately feels, I want to give you now back more than you expected. I want to talk about the restaurant. I want to now promote them because they were awesome. Like, I want to leave a big tip, and I want to tell my friends we have to go, and I want to bring more people, and I want to leave them a good review just because they were awesome. They gave me this on the house thing from the chef. I naturally want to do that. Now I come back to the restaurant. They recognize me. They give me a free dessert now. Oh, welcome back. Now we have expansion, expansion, expansion. It's the only way to expand. And without it, you will, without noticing, decline to your demise. So what I love about what you do is that you offer exchange with a wow, generous exchange. And that's vital, vital for everything, not just marketing. And that's what I learned. So anything I do, I look at how can I give more? People join my program, they always get more than they expect, all the time. Because
Yeah.
I need to give generous exchange. I want to. And then they all, of course, they help me. They give me generous exchange. And that's what's
I
so
love
important.
I love that philosophy. We live by that as well. We intend to over deliver on value versus what we take in exchange as far as cash or payments.
I love it.
With that said, guys, I'm really excited to talk to you about a new product we're launching called trustbyreviews.com. Gal and I were talking a moment ago about reviews for the restaurant that went over and above,
Yep.
and 70% of According to Harvard studies, 70–80% of people buying your product or service are going to check your reviews first. So what do? Do you have enough reviews? How do your reviews stack up compared to your competitors? Are you pushing reviews to multiple third-party websites, versus just your own website? Do you have them on Google reviews? Do you have reviews on Facebook? Do you have reviews on Trustpilot? Do you have them on SiteJabber? Trust by Reviews can help you consistently generate ongoing fresh reviews daily, from written to video testimonials, and we can help you push those reviews wherever you need them. To Better Business Bureau, Google Reviews, Trustpilot, SiteJabber, and others. So check out trustbyreviews.com and learn how you can continually grow your business by making sure you have fresh and consistent flow of new reviews and testimonials. Gal, we're back to
Very
you
important.
and talking about scaling leadership and mindset and personal growth. What daily habits, routines have helped you reach the top of your game as an entrepreneur that you could share with others?
Yeah, so I just want to say something that might sound weird, but my daily habits is not to have habits.
Okay.
Why? Why? A habit, by definition, is something that gets put on automatic. A habit puts you on automatic. It says, I am effect as opposed to cause. You can either be cause in life, meaning you make something happen, or effect, something happens to you. In everything that you do, you can either be cause or effect. And I want to be cause. Everybody wants to be cause. In fact, people are too often agreeing in different ways without noticing to be effect. And what do they get? More effect. So when I am on automatic, by definition, I'm being put at effect. So because I'm now a slave to my habits. My habit tells me every morning I need to meditate. Okay, so now it's my habit. I have to meditate every morning. If not, I'm not following my habit, my God habit. Like my habit becomes my God. No, there's no automatic. The general thing that people need to know is that they operate on automaticities. These things that they put on automatic. They have to do this. Oh, it's this hour. I have to go to sleep. I have to eat now. With me, if I need to stay up and get the work done, I stay up and get the work done. I don't have the automatic thing of but I can't anymore. I'm tired. No. You have to get this idea of breaking any automaticities in your life. So I don't have any habits. I have every day I create.
That's
Every day I
cool.
create. Now, to answer your question on what you're kind of leading towards, which I get what you're leading towards, but I wanted to preface it with that concept. I maintain for sure, I like to take care of my body, 100%, gymming almost every single day. But I look at my body as a machine. I look at my body as something that I own. It doesn't own me. My body works for me. I don't work for it. Most people work for their body. Their body says, I'm tired. They go to sleep, even though they had an idea to get their work done. I say, no, no, no. You have work to do. You'll get the work done. When you finish your work, body, I'll reward you with the gift of going to sleep. I'll be nice to you and you'll be allowed to sleep. It's a different mentality. My body is my bitch, not the other way around. Most people have it that they are little bitches. Excuse my language if anyone's offended. They're little bitches to their body. Their body is hungry, so no, they can't do it anymore. Come on. You need to get into this thing of no, no, no. The body works for you. So I go to the gym because it's a machine that I like to keep going. I like it to be healthy. It's nice when it's healthy. I like to eat well. I like to get my email inbox down to zero. I have a method of getting my email inbox down to zero. Email inbox is not just emails. It's my Instagram DMs, my LinkedIn messages, any notifications on Facebook, I check it all. My junk mail, everything. I clean up, I clean it up, I handle my communications. I'm pedantic about being organized, and I think that that's a major key for success, is being organized. In fact, I say it's 90% of your success is how organized you are.
Hmm. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And some of the podcasts I've listened to you, you talk about a number of mistakes in marketing that many people make, as in
Hmm.
being hooked on the marketing drug that you referred to. I'm trying to remember some of the others.
Hmm.
Um, Tell us a little bit about your philosophy, or maybe you're ready to talk about the love language. I'll
Yeah,
let you lead the direction that you want to go in here on setting on getting the
sure.
mindset right for marketing.
Sure, yeah, with pleasure. I think that you're right in talking about the mistakes. I think it's important, and it's a vital thing that I don't know if we will have enough time to get into them, although I'll touch upon them a little. Look, knowing the mistakes is vital. Why? People think I need to know what to do. I need to know what to do. I need to know what to do, and that's how I'll be successful. But the first thing you need to know is actually what not to do. If you go to the gym and you just do, you'll get injured. But you take a personal trainer, the first thing he shows you is here's what not to do. Let me show you correct form on your squat. What does correct form mean? Here's what not to do. Because if you round your back, you're going to get hurt. If you have too much weight, don't do that. If you are knees buckling, it's going to lead to an injury. No knees buckling. So you need to learn what not to do so that then you can do correctly. And I talk about many different mistakes that people make. And for those, I have a program called the Money Mind, and it's basically a weekly subscribership, I guess you could say, that people pay an extremely expensive price of $59 a week, which is nothing, right? That's like less than a chiropractic appointment, but you get data that adjusts the rest of your life and business, literally. And on there, I will give access to whoever's on the program to specific courses that will teach them the marketing mistakes. On top of that, oh, hold on. Oh, here we
Is
go.
this where we go to find that? I'm looking
Oh,
at
so
if you
this
happen
is
to be
our,
on YouTube and Rumble, we're looking at his website, GProsperity.com.
yeah, you can go to gprosperity.com/moneymind. And you can also go to our main website where you are now, by the way, but you'll see we have many, many reviews. We have over 10,000 success stories now, and all kinds of amazing stuff on there. And I'm actually going to clean up the website a bit more. But the idea with the Money Mind, which you're looking at here, is you get access to courses based on what you need in your business. The first thing I do with anybody that signs up is I give you a one-on-one coaching call, not with one of my coaches, with me. By the way, soon it's going to get so busy, it'll probably be with one of my coaches. I won't do that forever. But at the moment, you get me, and I do a personal coaching to find what is your favorite disease that you like. And when I say disease, everybody has their favorite disease in their business. Like, what is their big problem that they have at the moment? I find it like a doctor, and I analyze it to build you a custom program to handle it. So on the Money Mind, first we have the coaching call. Then you get access to specific courses that handle your problems, show you the mistakes, and give you much, much, much more on sales, on marketing, on organizing, on building a business correctly, on how to give a wow, on all kinds of things. And then we have weekly live coaching calls with me every week. And I have one tomorrow, by the way. If any of your listeners, I don't know, probably it won't work because this will come out in a week or so. But if any of your listeners are interested, I can send them a replay of one of those coaching calls as an extra bonus. And I give powerful stuff there every week, and I answer people's personal questions. People come to me with, I'm doing this marketing campaign. What do you think? Or I'm having this issue with a client that they're coming in and they're attacking us, and how do I handle this? Or different issues that come up in business inevitably, and we handle those on the calls, and everybody learns from it, and much, 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 much more. Every time I give like gold knowledge there. But the reason I'm saying that is because on the Money Mind, I expose a lot of the mistakes. Okay, so that's coming, but more to the point of what I mentioned to speak about given our time frame, people need to know that there's something called the marketing love languages. Now, my question for you is, should I dive into that now
Yeah,
or
let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, again, time is short, but let's t do some teasers on what you mean by the love languages of marketing.
yeah. So I'll tell you. So do you know, Marco, about the love languages? Have you heard of them before?
I have not.
Okay, so the idea is this, okay? This isn't something that I made up with the love languages. I created the marketing love languages, but the love languages is a very somewhat well-known thing, which basically says this: each person likes to give love in a certain way or receive love in a certain way. And sometimes you can be in a relationship and those don't necessarily align. So, for example, I might want to give love in one way, but my wife might want to receive love in a different way than I'm giving it. So, I'll give you an example. There's 5 love languages. One of them is physical touch. So, I can show my love through physical touch, hugging, holding hands, cuddling, you know, if we're together, holding the person. So that's how I show that I love you because I want to always touch you. The other side might not like to be touched. So then the person thinks, oh, she doesn't love me. No, she does, but she might have a different love language. The second love language is words of affirmation. Affirmations is like, well done, you know, something that affirms or makes more solid what you're doing. So if I always tell my wife, you're doing so well and I'm so proud of you and I thought that was amazing and I'm here for you always, and that's words of affirmation. Or I might want to receive that to know that somebody loves me. The third one is called quality time. Some people, like this for my wife and I, this was something that we weren't aligned on. I didn't have this thing of quality time being as important. For me, if I was with my wife in a setting with my friends, like me or her friends, we're all together, all hanging out. I'm like, I spent time with you. Like we were all together. I spent time with you. And she would tell me, no, 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 that's not, you didn't. I want one-on-one time with you, quality time. Because that's how she liked to receive love, is quality time. The next one is acts of service. There's 5, so there's 2 more. The next one is acts of service. Acts of service is like doing things for you. Oh, don't worry, I'll make you breakfast. I'll clean up for you. Whatever you need, I'll help you. Do you need me to go get you something? I will. Acts of service. And the 5th one is gifts. People like to be told that they're loved or shown love by gifts. Like if let's say if I want every time to, I'm a woman and I think receiving flowers every week is how I know he loves me. I need that. I need gifts. Like gifts is what shows it to me. Or there are people that don't necessarily want to receive gifts, but they show their love by giving gifts. Anytime they go to their friends or anyone that they care about, they bring gifts because it's like how they show love. Okay? So that's the 5 love languages. There's a whole thing that I didn't create. But what I did is I said, okay, what are the 5 marketing love languages? Because I said, look, what does McDonald's, Apple, and my favorite pizza joint have in common? This is actually a question my dad posed to me early on. He said, Gal, what do these 5 have in common? And I was like, I have no idea. Apple, McDonald's, and my local pizza joint. And I didn't know. I was thinking, man, I said different things. He said, no, 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 no. He said, what they have is people that love them. People love McDonald's. They maybe love it only when they're drunk, but when they love it, they love it. Or they love it because it's easy for their kids. Or they love McDonald's. People love Apple. They love Apple so much that they are defendants, warriors for Apple. Like they will argue why it's better than Android. They love it. Or their local pizza joint, they love their local pizza joint to the point that if anybody says, where should we eat? And they suggest another pizza joint, you say, no, 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 no. This is where we're going no matter what. It's my favorite. They're the best because da 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 da. So he said, look, what you need to do with your business, and this is for all the listeners, you need to make sure that people love you. If they love you, they'll do anything for you. When somebody loves you, they'll do anything for you. If you love your children, you'll do anything for them. So you need to make sure that people love you. How? With exchange, for example, and with the marketing love languages. So how do I get people to love me through my marketing? Now, anyone who's successful knows these marketing love languages. Anyone? Although maybe they don't say it in the way that I now have created, this kind of breakthrough way of presenting it, but they know it. We won't cover all 5. I'll tell you just 3 of them, and the rest, of course, just because we don't have a lot of time, but the rest people can learn by just getting in touch with me. The first one, physical touch. How do you create physical touch in marketing? Because marketing, the definition of marketing is that thing that makes us known, wanted, widely, and that creates sales. Marketing must sell. If marketing doesn't sell, it isn't marketing. It's a waste of money. Apple puts out marketing. You walk into their store ready to buy because they've sold you through their marketing. They don't need salespeople. Marketing sells, but it's wide. There's no main contact with a person because that then goes into sales. So how do I create physical touch, but with marketing? And the answer, and I'm just going to give it to you, but this is really powerful, is by being extremely visible. Visibility is the way to touch people with marketing. You need to be everywhere. Quantity, lots of visibility. You need to be seen. You need to be out there. You need to pop up on their LinkedIn and then show up on there, and then all of a sudden a friend tells you about it and you run into their website and you see them on Instagram and another video and you ignore their video because they're always posting, but another video and one day you say, let me just watch this guy's video. He's always posting. What does he have to say? And then you watch their video because you touch them and touch them and touch them and touch them and touch them, and all of a sudden now they're interested. It takes a lot of visibility to create the physical touch that would normally take in a relationship of a hug. Being there again and again and again. Are you with me so far? You get what I mean, Marco?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. By the way, Marco, if you have any questions or want me to add more on to anything, please ask on behalf of your listeners.
Will do.
Okay. So I'm actually going to jump to the third one. The third one is quality time. Quality time is what I learned about the most when I got with my wife, because I didn't really know about it. And so I said, okay, well, how does it work with the marketing love languages? Now, the marketing love languages behave a little differently to the usual love languages. Usual love languages, people have 1 or 2 of them that they gravitate towards. With the marketing love languages, if you don't have all 5, you significantly diminish your chances of succeeding with your marketing. So you need all 5, not 1 or 2. And the other interesting thing with the marketing love languages is that they're often completely flipped and reversed to what is the love languages. Like it's the opposite. And quality time is one of those. You look at how do you achieve quality time with marketing? How do you achieve quality time? Because it's hard. Like what people have 2 seconds. They're this quick. Whoop, they move their thumb. That's it. That's it. You're gone. There's no quality time. And the answer to quality time is actually the opposite. I call it quantity time. Marketing requires quantity, number of messages sent. There's a rule. Communication out equals communication in. If you don't have enough incoming leads, if you don't have enough coming in, you aren't putting out enough. If I go to a party and I sit on the couch the whole time, nobody's going to talk to me. I won't meet the girl. But if I go and I introduce myself and I speak to people and I put communication out, nice to meet you, and I'm speaking, I'll meet the girl. Or I'll make a friend. Or whatever it is I'm trying to get as communication in, I'll make friends. So it's actually in marketing, communication out is what will determine how much leads in I get. If we don't have enough leads coming in, if we're a bit down, I just look at how can I communicate out more. Quantity time creates love. Being there again and again in marketing, again and again and again, creates trust, creates curiosity, creates closeness. Otherwise, you have a plumber that wrote to you once, and that's it. Wrote to you, that's it. Sent you one newsletter every 3 months, and he feels that he doesn't want to bother you. But then when you need a plumber, one day, 2 months later, you just go on the yellow pages because you don't remember who that one guy was that sent you. But the guy that emails you again and again and again and again, when you need a plumber, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Exactly. Exactly. So that's the difference, right? It's to achieve the quality time with marketing, it's quantity.
Powerful. This
And
is,
there's
I
more,
can
but go
only,
ahead.
with these teasers, I can only imagine. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again and take a look at your folks. These links are down below in the show notes for you to come here and go to
GProsperity.
GProsperity.com/lovemaking. And this is all about the
Love marketing.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love marketing. What did I say?
Love making, which is also wonderful. I'm not against it. I'm not against it either.
Love marketing. I guess you can tell
Yeah.
where my head's at.
Well, we're talking about meeting the girl, quality
Yeah,
time. I
exactly.
understand. Yeah.
So marketing love languages and how to attract endless leads for free. So you're gonna want to come here and get involved with this. Register for free and start the what's available free and learn more from our guest here today, Gal Ezra, on how to grow your business with Marketing Boost Incentive. I mean, with the love language of marketing.
Yeah.
Folks, if
Yeah.
you'd like to, we're running about out of time here. Gal, do you have any other? I mean, you've got so much value to bring to the table, and I really appreciate that. So, what other words of wisdom would you bring to the table here to inspire business owners to keep on going? Obviously, one of the first steps is to go sign up for your free course, and it's a 5-week course, if I understand that correctly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give you a couple more pieces of value for sure with pleasure, but to answer you on that question, so there's two different things that kind of I think you've brought up. Number one, we have my coaching program, which is called the Money Mind. And there, my mission is to create 10,000 ethical millionaires. That's my overall mission. But how I do it, I direct almost everyone I work with now to that. Join me on this group. We have a very powerful group. You get tons of access to powerful courses. I customize the program for you. I work with you every week. You get my WhatsApp number. I mean, it's a really amazing program. I work with you one-on-one, and in a group setting. But what I'm offering to your listeners on the Money Mind, you go, it's $59 a week. There's a once-off 197. Now the 197 is to get you set up, get you access to the courses, and it includes a coaching call with me. Now a coaching call with me is usually $400 to $500 an hour, depending on how long and what's needed. So here you get an hour with me for 197 plus getting access. So to the whole program, onboarding you, getting you set up with one of my coaches to help you with support, the whole thing. So you pay the 197 and then it's $59 a week. You can cancel anytime. I don't care. Do 1 week, cancel. I don't mind. But the offer I'm giving to your listeners, and I think that I'm 100% sure actually, the code is Marketing Boost. When you go to register, you go to gprosperity.com/moneymind. You register, you put in the promo code Marketing Boost, and I'm giving the first 5 weeks of that for free. So $59 times 5. Basically, you pay the 197, but you get 5 weeks free. You make money basically off that. It's like an amazing deal, and really, I'm only giving it right now. I haven't given this offer to any other platform yet. I mean, maybe I will, but right now, people should take advantage of this because also the weekly price is really low. That'll also most likely go up. That's the one thing. The other thing you mentioned is I have a program called Marketing Love Languages. It's a free program that ultimately gives you some of the data we spoke about today. And it's live. It's a live coaching call, webinar I do once a month. And I talk more about the marketing love languages. And that ultimately leads people to one of my courses or the Money Mind, which I already talked to you about. So if they're interested in doing a free webinar, if you're listening and you're interested, gprosperity.com/love marketing once a month. If you want to just dive in and start to learn and give it a try or set up a call with me, gprosperity.com/moneymind. So I hope that clarifies.
Sure, yeah, and we'll make sure
Yeah.
those notes are down in the show notes below.
Okay.
Easy find, easy quick click, and you'll be
Yeah.
right where Gal is directing you to continue to grow and build the correct mindset and have the tools and assets available for you to grow your business.
Yeah.
Folks, this is what it takes to be successful in business. It doesn't happen by accident. You must educate yourself on an ongoing, forever basis. I remember, my story here a little bit. I mean, I barely got out of high school. I dropped out of college. I didn't have the motivation to learn until I got in business for myself. I opened my first business, which was a Mexican restaurant with my mother, and my Spanish was horrendous. I grew up in Puerto Rico, but it was too cool to be gringo in Puerto Rico. I hung out with the American kids, and that was all the Puerto Rican girls wanted to be with us. So why do I want to learn Spanish? Not until I opened a business and my customers were making fun of my Spanish when I'm owning a Mexican restaurant, that did I have the motivation to learn Spanish and become fully bilingual eventually.
Wow. Wow. That's
So,
amazing.
and then later in life, I wanted to sell one of my products I was involved with to the Brazilian market. Guess what? I had to learn to speak Portuguese. I had to learn self-taught how to be an internet marketer since 1996. Early days was email marketing and then website building and HTML and coding. And, you know, I had the motivation to learn to make money, and I continued to learn. And to this day, if you can watch it on video, you can see I'm no spring chicken. To this day, it's a constant learning, and it can be very frustrating to have to always be learning new technologies, new softwares, new this, new that. I mean, but if you're going to be successful, that's what it takes. And I strongly recommend you get involved with the links down below to start educating yourself in the current marketing, love languages, and everything else Gal and his team bring to the table. Gal, it's been amazing conversation with you today. Do you have any final words of wisdom to our community before we wrap up our call today?
Yes. First of all, thank you, Marco, for having me on. And I want to leave everybody with this. When you learn, your purpose should actually not be to add more data. I know that sounds weird because you think learning means adding more books in my head. What you need to do is remove what I call fake realities. A fake reality is a piece of information you're 100% sure is right, but when you use it, it doesn't bring you your expected results. Any area of your life that you don't have excellent results that you expect is an area that you have fake realities in. That can be relationships, it can be children, it can be business, marketing, it can be mindset and spirituality. In fact, what we do, our business, I know we talked a lot about marketing. We have three main pillars: business, everything around business; family and children. We have a parent academy that we've delivered to over 1 million people, how to have great relationships with parents, children. And we have a pillar on mindset and spirituality. Everything that we do is designed to handle these fake realities. You have these things that you operate on that don't bring you results. So you have a big enough engine, but your handbrakes are up. It's like, imagine a massive engine with all the parking brakes up, all the handbrakes are up. What we do, what we specialize in, is removing fake realities, lowering the handbrakes so that things aren't frustrating, so that things become a joy, a game. And the engine is big enough. Your engine is big enough. You just have handbrakes up, fake realities. And that's what we aim to handle. So it's possible. Something can be done about the situation that you're in. And that's what we are here to help with.
Wow. Thank you, Gal. Folks, if you like the content we brought you today, I have 3 favors to ask of you. 1, give us a like and maybe some comments below about the show. 2, don't forget to subscribe to the show. And more importantly, can you share this episode? Grab the link and share it with a friend and another entrepreneur who might be looking for ways to grow personally and grow his business, and watch this episode. And again, I want to thank all of you for taking the time to join us and watch us. And Gal, I want to thank you for taking the time to share all of this knowledge and insight with our community. We really, really, really appreciate it. Love you for that.
Thank you. Love you back.
Marketing love and hugs your way.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much. A pleasure. First of all, you're an amazing host, and I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you for your time and for the time of everybody listening. I value your time, and I hope that it gave you value.
Thank you. Thank you very much, folks. We'll see you on the next episode of the Marketing Boost Solutions podcast. You can click links here or there, whatever. Watch the next show right now. Thank you. Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Boost Solutions podcast with your hosts, Captain Marco Torres. Now it's on you. Take the next step now. Go to marketingboostsolutions.com for more on how you can wow, delight, and surprise your clients with the most amazing draw card on the planet. So stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty for knowledge. See you next time.